I want to give you the latest headline for Paris Fashion Week. Are you ready? Their words, not mine. Underwear as outerwear. Free the nipple. Yeah, not in a million years. Not if I was 25 or 30 would any of this make sense to me. So you're telling me that the biggest news out of the co-fashion capital, I would say New York, Paris, Milan, on the planet, is wear your underwear on the outside? Hey everybody, it's Diane Gilman, formerly the Queen of Jeans, now the proud host of the podcast Too Young to Be Old. And what's today? Well, it's Fashion Thursdays with Diane. So first of all, I was going to do a podcast about the Paris fashion shows. Fashion Week in Paris. But doesn't it just seem like Fashion Week is every week and it never ends, but nothing new happens? So then I thought, okay, I'm going to do a podcast on transitional dressing. But you know what I would rather do? I would rather give you a little bird's eye and behind the scenes view into fashion and runway and why we're where we're at, how to dress optimally and really look like $1,000,000 for the least amount of money for transition into fall. And then again, I have got a new concept I am so excited about. I cannot wait to share it with you. So, shall we take a fashion stroll together down the Champs-Elysees? Okay, let's do it. So, when you are in an industry that you've kind of seen come to a halt, you can recognize it almost immediately. Very little that's innovative. A lot of these big names like Balenciaga, the only thing they have is one handbag. The fashion doesn't even matter. And when the headlines from places like Yahoo and Google News are basically about what people are wearing to the fashion shows rather than anything that's in the fashion shows, you know you're in trouble. So I want to give you the latest headline for Paris Fashion Week. Are you ready? Their words, not mine. Underwear as outerwear. Free the nipple. Yeah, not in a million years. Not if I was 25 or 30 would any of this make sense to me. So you're telling me that the biggest news out of the co-fashion capital, I would say New York, Paris, Milan, on the planet, is wear your underwear on the outside? No. And wear absolutely transparent tops and dresses with no filter, just you, no bra, and the dress? No. And fashion wonders why business is slow and not good. Who are you singing to? I really want to know. 0.00001% audience, not sure. But I am all about practicality. And what I see from Paris Fashion Week and New York Fashion Week, which I was a part of, is there's very little that's new, and I've said this before, and it's redux. But that can be good news for us girls. Because if you have led a life as a teacher or in corporate or in sales for decades, you've got those great pieces in your closet already. That blazer, that great cardigan, your perfect jean, trench coat. Those pieces have not changed. And I'm talking about what my headline would be, which is retro chic without trying too hard. Now, we've got a new player that makes a difference, and it's called global warming. So I used to be wearing leather blazers by maybe the second week in September. Now I just went to a major event and I was going to wear a leather blazer. And then I reminded myself that last year I wore a leather blazer, same week of the year, last week, to this event. And I was dying of the heat. It was almost 80 degrees out, which it was last week as well. So what we're going to really focus on is how you layer and still look trim. And then the fashion secret is going to come towards middle of the podcast, but knowing me, because I can't keep a secret, it's probably going to come a lot sooner. So here we are, and we're still almost getting to 80 degrees every day, end of September, shoot me, in New York City. So how do you do it? Well, I have devised a method that is thrifty. Whoa, big surprise for me, Miss Spendthrift here. Anything is an excuse, anything for buying more fashion. But I find that it's all basically in my closet already. So I would say my key items are that trench coat, and I've got about 3 of them. And, that is enough. They just don't change that much. So I sort of rotate them unlined when it's warmer out, lined as it gets a little cooler. My big change is, although I still love me a great skinny jean in a mid-tone scrubbed finish, natural denim color. Now, what I really love are matte finish leggings. I love the fact that you just pull them on. I love the fact that they're sleek. I love the fact that they hold in the cellulite. And here is my biggest fashion secret that always is successful. And that's what us girls past 50 really need. How you dress without ever having any kind of regrets or, oh, I really don't like the way I look, but I don't have time to finish the outfit or change it. That's the worst thing to me. If you get into a morning where you put something on and you look in the mirror and you hate it and you start ripping stuff off and just throwing it around the house and trying other stuff on, you have lost the day. So I find pieces that I can buy in multicolors in bulk. And I would say, honestly, my number one piece for transitional into fall, into winter, is the perfect turtleneck. Now, I probably won't wear wool until mid to end November, but I found plenty of warm hand knits. And believe it or not, I found them off Amazon. 2 that are my absolute favorite. The one that I'm wearing, which is a wide, flat cable, looks very rich, very wealthy girl, comes in a zillion colors. And that has kind of a furry hand to it, but there's nothing furry about it. There's no wool in it. It's basically all viscose, which is rayon, poly, and spandex. And I want everything now that I can to be washable. Dry cleaning bills are through the roof. I don't want to wait. I have to wait almost a week in between each delivery. My life speeds by way too fast to do that, so it's got to be washable. These wash like a dream. The other is a narrow but substantial rib that feels, again, a little woolish, comes in a zillion colors, and you just throw it in the washing machine. and hang to dry. So I love the convenience of that. Then I love me that matte finished legging, or a legging that looks like faux suede or faux leather. Here's the trick: dyed to match, head to toe. Dyed to match. So my very favorite is what, and people are always making fun of me and saying, oh, it's your ninja outfit. That is a perfect black turtleneck, gold hoop earrings, and a perfect black legging. And then, depending on the time of day, I change the footwear, the accessories, and the layering piece, which is a jacket over it. So, perfect example. I might go out into Central Park, which is right across the street, in the morning for a brisk speed walk. I'm wearing my Nike sneakers and a sweatshirt, zip front, but I'm wearing the turtleneck and the leggings. Lunch with the girls at a bistro, I'm going to be wearing maybe a kind of lush looking knit cardigan, a status handbag, and could be shoes to match, but I like to have one major piece that can do a little bit of contrast. So the blazer could be tweed, it could be Prince of Wales plaid, so it introduces maybe one other color like crimson, and then my handbag is crimson. I'll draw in a little color, but I'm not. I don't want to talk about crimson or burgundy yet, because that's the main other point of this podcast on fashion. So head to toe, I know what I got and I know how I look in it. And that for a woman over 50 is everything. And if I wanted to, let's say I'm walking around the house or the gardeners are showing up or something, I could take that same outfit and be wearing it with a big oversized men's shirt in the afternoon, but turn around for evening, put it on with a tuxedo jacket, a great pair of ballet flats with maybe a jeweled buckle, a dressy, very small purse, almost the size of a wallet. Maybe I would even put on like a sparkly brooch or something. I'd give it a pop of something new. And now I've worn the same turtleneck and legging for 14 hours. I've gone to 3 or 4 events that involved mingling with friends and people. And that outfit looks great. And I know I don't look fat. And I love the black, of course, because it's going to be very slimming. But I make my monotonal pieces all neutrals. So black, mid-tone gray, heather, dark gray, love, navy, and tan, as I have on a light beige, or a deep chocolate brown. Those are really the colors you want to play with. And I suggest that you do a little bit of experimenting. I will tell you that for your money, for the value, those layering pieces, the turtlenecks and the sweaters off Amazon are shocking. Shocking how good they are, how well they launder, and how long they last. And that gives you more money just in case you want to go out and buy that new blazer or add another color or another pattern to your wardrobe. So that to me is the foundation of September through end November. And then I found actually, and I found it in a section of online that was about ski shops and skiing. I found wool stretch leggings. Oh my God, what an incredible invention. They keep your legs comfy and warm. They glide over the body, and they don't come in a ton of colors. So you might be able to get them in black and maybe gray, but still, I'm telling you, it is such a great invention for going through winter and still being able to wear very basic sweaters on top. Now, back to what I think is the insider idea of the decade. I cannot wait to do it, and I don't have it all yet, but I'll tell you what, I'm really going to enjoy shopping for it. So now we've got the whole monotonal thing going. Then you shop your closet, then you add your fashion scarf, or you add your trench coat, or whatever is right for you for that time period. And by the way, I also bought some really great leggings off Amazon. Um, go for as much as you can a matte finish. It's just a richer look, especially in these deeper colors. You don't want any kind of disco shine. So this comes from someone who is the ultimate fashion insider, Gwyneth Paltrow, in Paris. And what did she do? She did something that I think is going to create a revolution, and we can expand on immediately. And that is match your manicure to your new status handbag. And what is the color you want to go for in that new status handbag? Deep, deep burgundy. And I will tell you what, the fashion press lost their mind over this. She had a Birkin bag holding it in the crook of her elbow. So her manicure was obvious. The bag was hanging off the elbow. The bag is a deep burgundy with gold metallic trim. And the manicure is deep burgundy. Now, here's the fun of that. We can add to this. So we could round it up into 5 or 6 items. And at the same time, you are going to have a blast shopping for this. And remotely is fine. I do all my shopping on the internet. So as long as it says burgundy or deep crimson or merlot, you know you're in the same color story. And by the way, another fashion insider fact, there just are not that many dyes in the world. So if it says burgundy and it's from Gucci, and it says burgundy and it's from Yves Saint Laurent, chances are they're both using the same dye on their leather, and it's burgundy. So I went online last night after thinking about this idea, and I found 2 brands. 1, Chanel, 2, Tom Ford, where you can get the lipstick, because I'm going to add lipstick to this. So you've got the lipstick, you've got the nail polish, burgundy. Now I suggest absolutely must have burgundy handbag for not only this fall and transitional period, but all through winter. Must. It should be deep. It should be rich. I personally like a top handle with the option of a shoulder or a crossbody strap, but you got to. And that's where it starts to get really fun. To get the lipstick and get the nail polish and then start matching it up to the handbag. Now, let's not stop there, because let's go for the shoe. I just found, but cannot afford, a beautiful burgundy bag from Gucci. And they had a matching loafer. Oh my God, I want it. Yeah, so just in case anybody feels sorry for me and wants to buy me a present, that's what I want. Size 10 on the loafer, please. But it was great. And you can just see where you're walking around with that handbag, and it was crimson patent leather just to top it off and make it even more painful that I can't have it. But you are going to be able to find plenty of substitutes for that Gucci out there. And everybody knows burgundy is the color of the season. Now, I am not somebody who would ever wear burgundy head to toe, but I do love me some great burgundy accessories with dark flannel gray, navy, black with a touch of ivory. And then I would actually add a very, very skinny burgundy belt, which again, Gucci had, cannot, but love the idea of that. So maybe you make your blazer look new by turning it around and wearing, and when I say the belt is narrow, it is like no more than 3/8 of an inch, if that, with a little gold GG logo on it. Wear that over your blazer with your layering piece underneath. You suddenly made your blazer look totally new, completely Parisian, very on trend. And the other thing I would add, which I really love and have not seen out there yet, because actually fall winter fashion gets to wherever site you're shopping later than ever because the weather stays warmer than ever. But I would do a printed scarf. I would have one scarf. You'll have to decide whether you want that to be burgundy with a flash of black outline or burgundy and navy. That happened, burgundy and navy happens to be my big pick. I haven't found it yet, but now I've got my shopping list. Easy turtlenecks. And my advice is always find pieces that really work for you in every way and turn around and buy them in multiples. So I don't need a million different styles of a turtleneck and to be constantly buying offline and guessing. I found what I love. I believe it's on, if it isn't, it will be by the end of today, my Amazon store, but it is a narrow rib and I bought it in every color that worked for me and my whole plan of going monotonal. Then I went out and found a legging that really works for me and is the right weight for transitional. I got it in the dark gray, so I'm dyed to match dark gray head to toe. I also got it in heather gray because I like a little dimension with my gray. So I got that going for me. And then I now have to decide which burgundy lipstick do I love. I get a manicure, so I will go and have to search through all their colors and hope that I can find a burgundy that works. But if I don't, then I'll just go out and buy burgundy and bring it to the salon and have them do my nails. But I love that look. And Gwyneth Paltrow had it on with a very simple wool cardigan in beige, an oversized trench coat, a wide leg natural mid-tone shade in a jean, and a simple loafer. Oh no, it was actually a white fashion sneaker. Yeah, platform fashion sneaker. Now, she looks casual. She looks confident. She looks sophisticated. She is not trying too hard. And the one thing that stands out are the burgundy nails, which I don't have yet, but I will, and the burgundy status handbag. And for us girls, it's going to be status looking handbag. Now, you've got your lipstick in burgundy. You got your nail polish in burgundy. Hopefully, have a pair of loafers in burgundy. You have a handbag in burgundy. You might have a belt in burgundy that you want to buy. And you're going to be looking for a printed scarf that incorporates all of that. That's some fun shopping online. And while I'm talking about transitional dressing and the fact that you want to start with no fault, cannot make a mistake, basics, these pieces become a very subtle fashion statement. I mean, they were going on and on about Gwyneth Paltrow, like fashion genius, which actually she kind of is. But the fact that she had her nail polish matched up to her $30,000 plus Burgundy Birkin bag, which I wish I had, but I don't. That tells you everything. So that gives me a lot of freedom for the season. I don't have to go out and buy a bunch of new pieces that I'm probably going to wear once and not look at again. I can actually go into my existing wardrobe and find most of this. And I do want to say one thing. If you are tall and lean like Gwenny is, yeah, you can wear wide leg jeans and you can wear a sweater that's sort of to the form, tucked in. But if you are not a glamazon and you're just a normal girl like me, and I'm 5'4" and not so slim, I would go for a turtleneck or a crew neck that you could wear out and over. And mine are form fitting to a point, but not having me bust out all over. And then I like the lean leg. And frankly, it's much easier to walk around the city in a lean leg and not have a big pant leg flapping. But it's the same alternatives for what I would call the foundational building blocks of the season. And, you know, it gets to a point where you see so much sitting in your closet that were experiments, that were fashion pieces that you thought you had to have in the moment, but you wound up never wearing them. And, you know, I'm not going to say I'm retired because I'm starting a new business, which is podcasting and influencing. It's exciting. But I would like to save some money, and I cannot spend the kind of money I spent on fashion when I was fully employed and young. And maybe if you're over 50 or 55 and you're going into some form of retirement from the corporate world or the teaching world or the sales world, you know exactly what I mean. But you've gathered some good pieces through the years, and quite frankly, nothing's changed much. They are all going. If they looked good on you 20 years ago, and I just pulled some old blazers out of the back of the closet that had to be at least 20 years old. I probably haven't worn them in 12 years. And you know what? What's old is new, and what once looked good is going to look good again. So let's all go on that adventure of doing a new manicure. And the lipstick, I am not saying wear every ounce of burgundy at once. Like, oh, the lipstick, the nails, the shoes, the handbag, the belt, the scarf. But you know what? For a special occasion, not bad. And I realize that for most of us, lipstick is a special event thing, a party thing. Well, party season is coming up, a nighttime thing. And that, to me, you've got to really do the right kind of eye makeup fortified to handle the lipstick. Now, some people look great in it every day, and they wear it every day. I see them a lot as anchors on TV, but I can't. That's just too much for me. But I love it for an afternoon event or an evening event. And then I would just do burgundy lipstick, burgundy nails, and the handbag. I could be going up to the country, which I want to do for the leaves changing, going out for a lunch in the country and going antiquing. And I would wear the nails, the shoes, maybe, and the handbag. I think that this is the most fun way to accessorize yourself with a good manicure and good lipstick I've thought about in really years. And I cannot wait to get on it. And as soon as I get it all together, I'll take a bunch of pictures. But I want to very carefully match everything up. Now, one last piece of advice for the season. I want to talk about one garment that I think is the greatest invention since sliced bread, and it's a Veronica Beard Dicky blazer. What is a Dicky blazer? Well, she thought it out already. It is so brilliant. It is a great, really universal fit gabardine blazer. Basically, ivory, dark navy, or black. And it has buttons and zippers on the inside. And then you just buy these drop-in pieces. Either a faux jean jacket or a faux cotton hoodie in heather gray or a cashmere hoodie in deep navy. You don't have any bulk through the rest of the body or the back. You don't have any bulk in the sleeves. And if I was going to pick one piece where I said, do you have it in your closet? Because if you don't, you're really missing out. Splurge on it, and it is absolutely a beautiful fit. And without the extra bulk, you could be wearing it with a jean jacket underneath, which only goes to center side on each side. It does have a slightly nipped in waist, but it can, because you don't have any extra bulk. Then that would be the piece I would tell you to get. Veronica Beard Dicky blazer. And I got each of the Dickies and I switch them out constantly depending on the mood of the day. And that can incorporate a lot. And it is absolutely the most efficient and brilliant way to look layered, but be sleek. And you look like you've lost 10 pounds. So I will probably wear my Dicky blazer in navy with those gorgeous Merlot accessories. I can't wait. And I would love to hear from you. I'd love what you think your thoughts are on this. I'd love to hear that you went out and bought some burgundy nail polish and a burgundy handbag. And I want to make one last final point. Have fun with it. I think it is so fun to have a fashion focus, fashion goals, and a fashion project that's all about you. So I'm all in. My first thing beyond the lipstick and burgundy and the nails and the nail polish is going to be the handbag. That's going to be tricky. But I want mine to be structured, to be top handled, to be as close to the function of a Birkin bag as I can get, to have gold hardware on it because I have mostly gold jewelry. And you know what? As you shop each item and get them home and put them together and experiment with them, you will always be able to keep it you, because we're talking about pieces that add to your fashion image and fashion aura. They don't overtake you. So I would love it if you would share comments with me what you think about what I think is the best fashion idea to spark your wardrobe and your creativity self, fashion self. Share comments with me. And you know what? Subscribe, like, or follow for more. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Let's all go out and get that Burgundy manicure immediately. Thank you so much for listening to Too Young to Be Old podcast. The episode may be over, but the fun doesn't have to stop here. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at The Diane Gilman, or visit our website, thedianegilman.com. If you like the show, leave us a rating or a review and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. And until then, don't forget, age is just a number. Together, we'll prove that we are all too young to be old.